Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy XilentFlex up in here, and I've got a very special guest for you guys today. I want to welcome you guys to Rowan, also known as the Venetian. He's a very, as I may say, a very intelligent, intellectual young man that I may know. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, say what's up.
Oh wow, well that was a lot of praise to start off with. I don't know how that I can follow that up. Hi, I'm Rowan. Uh, Doing a dual com should be pretty interesting. I have my own channel, but don't check it out because I never post anything. So I don't know. Thought we'd get on and chat a little bit.
Yes, chat we will, and we have a very exciting topic for you guys today. And what we're going to be talking about is wanting something that seems impossible to get. And I was going to kind of correlate that with how you can possibly, not guaranteed, but how maybe it might be acceptable for us to know or to accept the fact that sometimes some things might be out of our reach, but not all the time are they out of our reach. I kind of said that in a weird manner, but what I'm trying to say is if there's something you really want, it's not always impossible to get. So I know that Rowan here has a story for you guys that he wants to tell that relates to his life, and I'm going to go ahead and let him tell his side of this first, and then I'll go ahead and tell my side, and we'll kind of give a little chit chat about the whole ordeal. So Rowan, go ahead and take it away, dog.
All right. So basically, just brief synopsis of me. I am currently 16. I just turned 16, so I'm not I'm not old and withered yet, but pretty young. But I'm not going to college. Graduating high school a year early, so I have to get into the working world as fast as possible. And I know this isn't the story you're expecting, by the way. I'm not trying to take you off guard, but just so I have to get in the working world as much as possible, and I've wanted to work for a company which will remain unnamed, but most of you will know it pretty well if you're on YouTube. Flex has had some dealings with them in the past, so I hope you understand what I'm talking about. The point is, from the outside, it could seem analogous to almost a fortress. Like, how do I get in with these guys? Not get in like kiss their ass, but just how do I ingratiate myself with that entire industry. And I was fortunate enough to have some relatives that live in Los Angeles, so I could go out there and actually meet with the company. But the relatives did not set that up for me. And at first, I was sitting down kind of like angry with myself, thinking, how do I possibly get to meet with these people? That's so impossible. I'm too young. I'm not skilled enough at this point. And really what I found was best for me, and it may not be best for everyone, but I'm a pretty analytical person, was just to break it down, put it into steps. You can't obsess over trying to take anything on too much at once, because if you tackle like a giant, picture a 400-pound linebacker or about four 100-pound linebackers, big difference. So break it down, and what I did was basically just how can I just start talking to the people? And I used Twitter and Facebook and other social media methods and things like that, and I made some special content of my own to send to them. And by the end of it, I don't want to get into too many details because I don't know what I can't say, but the point is, I broke it down and made it into a lot of different steps that were attainable, and by the end of it, I got a meeting with them. I have a potentially in the next year set up, and at first I thought I'd never get to that point, but as a result of just not being completely daunted by it was possible, and now that's where I stand with them.
What's really exciting, by the way, and I don't know if you wanted to mention what company this is, but I guess I'll keep it anonymous for now. But all I can say is the company he's talking about is probably a lot of people dream of working with this company, especially YouTubers, people such as myself. And to a lot of people, it seems like something that's a dream, something that you tell yourself, like, man, I would really love to be a part of this company, but that'll never happen. I might be really good, I might be a really good contender, but there's no way in hell that I'm ever going to have an opportunity to even set foot in this building, to even set foot in there to talk to people, to even shake someone's hand. There's no way, because it's all the way in California. It's this huge building. I'm just one person in this huge world of ours, so that's never going to happen. And what Rowan went ahead and did is he took tiny steps to get there. And then I think that that's one of the most important things to do in any big endeavor, is to recognize that you don't always, it's not just you go from point 0 to point 110 in one move. You got to take steps. You go from point 1 to point 2, from point 2 to point 3. And what he did is he took those little steps to ultimately work him up to getting into the building and meeting with the people and shaking their hands and talking with them and setting up a potential job in the future. And all that became possible because he took tiny steps day by day to work himself to that point. And I actually remember speaking to him before any of this took place, before he had ever met the people there and whatnot. And I remember hearing his theory of how he was going to do this. And I even, when he was telling me, I was even a little doubtful, like, that's a big thing to try to do. And but I was very optimistic at the fact that he was going to give it a try, because I think so many people have these big goals and these big dreams and something that they want to do, but they get so afraid of the magnitude of the obstacle that they don't even give it a shot. And sometimes it's just giving it a try that gets you to that point. And it's just, I want to relate this real quick to my YouTube channel. As many of you guys know, and actually, as awesome as this sounds, Rowan directly impacted hopefully the dual commentary between Tabes and I that's going to go down. And I've yeah.
Yeah, directly impacted, very lightly, but
okay. He responded to Rowan's tweet, and basically I don't know, I feel like he directly impacted it. But what I'm trying to say is, I've been working to try to get a hold of Taves for a while. He's very difficult to get a hold of because he's really large on YouTube. So when I tweet him or anything like that, it's my tweet out of hundreds of tweets that he's getting an hour, and it's very difficult for him to see my tweet. And Rowan helped me, and through tweeting and just being consistent and saying, hey, what's up, Tabes, I want to work with you, and just being consistent and putting it out there that I wanted to work with him, he eventually hit me up. And now he and I are talking on Skype, and we are planning a dual commentary. We're going to be talking about women, and basically what I'm trying to say is it's having that dream of one day I wanted to work with Tabes, and I took that and made it a reality by, hey, I'm going to tweet him once a week and say, hey, man, I'm really excited to work with you. I'd really love to work with you. And then he came across one of my videos like 4 months ago, said he wanted to have me on his Let's Talk About Girls, and then I followed up with that. Every month I sent him something that told him I was still interested, and little do you know, a few days ago, he hit me up, and that's where I'm at. So I think that Rowan situation plays in part with this. I don't know, do you agree with that, Rowan? Or
yeah, I'd say a couple bullet points, kind of going off what you just said here. Is the first thing is you have to be consistent, as you mentioned. You can't take it personally if people don't immediately respond to you with what you want to hear. A lot of people are just really busy, and it's not their fault. It's just kind of the way that the world works. So as long as you're consistent and polite, please remain polite. It's like they're not gonna want to work with you if you get aggressive.
Yeah.
But as long as you are. As long as you're consistent and stay under their, or not under, but on their radar, they're gonna know they know the value of your work, and are gonna want to come and work with you and meet with you, or whatever your goal is. And then another thing that's a little more broad than kind of work situations is, another analogy would be playing chess. If you know anything about chess, basically the idea is get the other king in a checkmate, a move, a situation that he can't get out of. And while you're not trying to attack your goals necessarily, chess doesn't happen in one move. It happens in hundreds of tiny moves, done not very quickly. Professional chess players, yeah. But if you watch people play chess, it's slow and methodical. But by the end of it, someone has accomplished what they want, and they did it by making tiny steps, making good decisions all the way. And even if they did get set back lost a few pieces, would be the analogy, they didn't get, their goals weren't diminished, and they weren't turned away. And I think that's really important to remember. If you think something's impossible, the first thing to do is not romanticize it in your head, because that makes it more impossible. You have to look at it very logically, like a chess player, and by the end of it, it's really not. You just have to break it down.
That's so true. And it actually, the points and the topics that he talked about they're all these little things that you need to do if there's something big that you want and you want to make it a reality. And as I said in the beginning, there's no guarantee that it'll happen, but you don't lose anything by trying. And I think by following the things that we've spoken of, and even things that we haven't spoken about, you're just going to increase your chances to making a dream come true. And I think we only live once, so why pass up that opportunity? But
YOLO.
YOLO. But before this takes on any longer, I want to thank you guys for spending the time you have on this video, and I want to thank Rowan for coming onto my channel. I don't know. Like I said, he's very. Just listen to how he talks. He's got an awesome vocabulary, very intelligent person. So it was an honor having you on my channel. I want you guys to check out his channel if you want. If you're interested in rowing, I know he said don't, but I'll put his channel in the link in the description below. Cause
Well, I was kidding. Please check out my channel, actually, because I am going to be posting more content now that it's summer. So I do have time to work on things again, trailers and other stuff I'll be putting up. So there'll be things there if you stick around.
there you go. So go ahead and check out his channel. As you guys can tell, he's a very awesome young man, and he's got a lot of great things to say. So I want to thank you guys for your time, and I'm going to go ahead and let Rowan roll this out for you. And thank you again for coming on my channel, Rowan. And go ahead and yeah, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for listening. I hope you take our advice into account if it works for you. The greatest people in history are the smallest percent of the population, but we'd like to improve that and make sure that everyone can be great and do the impossible, because that's how we push things forward. So just work on it, do what you can, and yeah, you'll be successful.